Hey, Dylan. What's going on, man?
My name is Dylan. Is this Tom?
Hey, Dylan. What's going on?
It's your favorite president. How's everybody doing?
I thought I wanted to save us, but I was stuck in the past. Messed me up, I wanted to hurt. Just give me something that lasts. I think you know what I'm made of, yeah. So when our mind is made, paint a picture in vivid color. Can't tell the black from the grays. To slow things down and clear my mind. It's like leaving a toxic friend behind. You say yes, and you don't make waves. I don't need to say you know that I'll try, and I don't wanna hide or waste another life. Say no, and I will let go. I don't need to say you know that I'll try, and I don't wanna hide or waste another life.
And now, here to help you know your number and grow your number live, the Lossdog Network presents One Lucky Dog with Tom Sosnoff, Scott Sheridan, and a little bit of soul.
Ooh, are you not wearing any pants?
Hola.
Hello, good morning.
Hello,
Go
everybody.
Bears, really quickly.
All right, thank you.
Welcome to One Lucky Dog. We are super happy to be live, and our phone lines are open. And remember, our number is 312-448-7032.
I got to remember that somehow.
There's
Somehow.
no chance. What's your over under?
Please call us
Right.
this entire hour. We will be taking your calls. But first, Scott, what are the markets doing this morning?
Well, we'll get into the markets in greater detail towards the end of the hour, but it's really interesting because a rough day on Friday. They were up big this morning. They sold off a little bit coming into the show. And net, as Tom said, after the Fed number, there's 48 hours that you have for a reversal, and it appears that that's what they did, because I think at least about 15 minutes ago they were within a couple dollars of where they closed the day before the number. So we'll get into more market talk in about 45 minutes, but let's go on with the show.
Let's go on with the show. So first, we're gonna dive into our mailbag, and we have a few questions that we really like. All right, so this is the first one, and it says, I would like to manage other people's money and have been learning a lot about markets, diversification, etc. However, my concern is I do not have an actual financial background. Not sure if I pitch the idea to people, they would take me seriously, even if my own investments have been successful. What are your thoughts on this? I am still young. Should I consider a degree in finance before attempting to manage people's money?
I mean, I think you're going to have to. This is going to be a very challenging. This is going to be a challenging road for anybody without a degree and without.
Well, we're not sure they have a degree. It's not a degree in finance.
Okay, whatever. But
Yes.
this is going to be very challenging for somebody who's young, who's never managed money before, who's never, without a track record and without experience. So no experience, no track record. It's going to be extremely difficult to manage money unless you have somebody that's very friendly.
I was going to say, do you think he could manage it, start with his friends?
Maybe friends, and I don't know about friends, maybe family.
Or maybe family.
Yeah, but if you can prove, for me, proving a track record is way more than what your degree is. I mean, a degree in finance, I have one, but I don't think a degree in finance, I'm not saying it's not helpful if you have a background in finance, economics, something along the business line, but I don't think it's required. But I think a track record's critical, and getting that's going to be a challenge unless you have friends or family.
I think you need a degree. I don't know.
So you think he should go for a degree?
Of course. But, of course.
Wait, in finance or a college degree?
In finance.
I think it would help in finance. You have to be able to talk the talk, and if you're not going to get that, you got to get that experience somewhere. And it's very hard just to jump in as a money manager. There's not like, hey, we're trying to hire a money manager with no experience.
Speaking from experience, what are you, political science?
Political science. Okay. Oh yeah, but I was in the business. I was in the business for 10 years.
That's the person with the political science degree.
So this guy's
but
been
again, you got your
doing it for a while now.
But you got your experience from being on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Me too. But that doesn't exist anymore. So, okay, let's talk about this because this is really interesting. You think
It's not that interesting.
But you think a degree is more
Yeah.
important than a track record?
No, I don't think that necessarily. I just don't think you can get a track record. I think a degree is more important than a track record being what you do yourself. So in other words, Scott
I
Sheridan
agree
goes
with
out
that.
there
I agree
and
with that.
you're managing your own money.
That's
That's not
different.
important to me.
I agree with
Okay,
that. But
that's
if
all I'm
you
saying.
could use it to get people to give you more money, build up
It's very hard to use a track record with no experience and no degree to get anybody to give you money that's relevant to build a track record with. I'm just saying it happens occasionally. Some
Okay,
people
so
can do it.
maybe this person should go to college
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, maybe he can do friends and family
Sure.
if friends are willing to.
Sure.
Because,
I did
mean-
friends and family when I first started out.
There you
I didn't
go.
do family. I did friends, and then they
Was
never
that
talked to me.
after they blew up your
And they
backers?
never talked to me again. My first,
But it
after
had,
I
nothing,
first-
it had nothing to do with the performance.
it had a lot to do with the performance. They never talked to me again. When I first started out in the business, I went to all my friends, said, "Hey, I figured out something nobody else knows," even though I thought that, but it wasn't true. And I lost all their money, and they were all pissed at me.
all right.
It took them about a decade to get over it.
A decade,
Give or take.
give
or take. Wow. Okay, so there you go. That's your answer. But we're glad to hear that you're doing well, right? Because he's had your advice throughout these years. 'cause
Everybody that has
he's a
my
huge
advice
fan.
does well.
Oh my
He's
god.
a huge fan.
Oh my god. Okay, we got to move on.
Come on, move on. Yeah.
All right. Our next mailbag is, what are your thoughts on the emerging cannabis sector? Since this is Lossdog, I suppose we, the audience, should be asking about the job market outlook for an emerging industry like this. How will Lossdog plan to conduct research in an emerging sector like cannabis when there is not a lot of job data or very limited information available right now? So how would we do it?
I mean, the cannabis sector, ever since Trump's announcement last week on reclassifying cannabis, the cannabis sector exploded for a couple days. I mean, it's been so far underwater that I don't think anybody has traded cannabis in, I don't know, 4 or 5 years since
It's crazy. The
2020.
stocks, when some of those stocks came out, they were.
Yeah, I mean, these
They-
cannabis stocks went, I mean, for example, Tilray went to 300 and
Yep.
back to $1.
By the way, $2.
At $1.20. I mean, right now after a 10-for-1 split, it's the equivalent of $1.20.
So I think there's a lot to cannabis. It's not just as simple as cannabis. I am a big proponent of legalization, and Trump, my understanding is the executive order is going to take it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. It's not going to legalize it. What that means is that they will be allowed to do studies. So hopefully we will have government studies on the safety of cannabis. From my perspective, the problem with cannabis right now is because it's still state by state. So there's a lot of regulations that are controlling or limiting the flow. But the data is going to be out there, and we'll pick it up as the data is out there. The beginning, it's going to be, minimal. But I think we're going to see a big change in the next 2, 3 years, 4 years, and it's going to be cannabis in general become much more commonplace.
But
the
to
problem,
answer your question, we don't do research here at Lossdog. We're not a research firm about different sectors. I mean, so it doesn't matter to us. I mean, it's interesting. If cannabis is back in play, that's a whole nother sector to potentially trade and stuff like that. But as far as finding jobs in the cannabis sector, for us, there's plenty of government data out there right now that would support, that we can use for our software.
Right. Great. We're going to move on to our next one. Just wondering if there is any advantage to trading with prop firms versus my regular smaller account.
well, I personally, I'd have to hear the details, but I wouldn't walk from a prop firm, because at least the ones that I know that are still available, and I'm not talking about the huge prop firms. There's some amazing prop firms out there, but I'm talking about the little ones that would give a retail trader an opportunity. Those are typically so fee heavy that you have basically no chance to make money. If you can get in with a real firm, a high frequency firm, that's very different.
Yeah, that's not the kind of prop firm they're talking about. They're talking about, one of the ones where you basically, you'll put up some money.
You put up like 20 grand or 25 grand, and they give you more money.
Or $5,000. You might be, your money is first in, first out.
Yeah.
And you have to pay like a desk fee.
It's fee
and
heavy.
a risk fee, and probably a little bit of a borrow fee. On paper it looks good, but it's very, first of all, you can't really position trade at prop firms. So the real problem with prop firms is they want you to intraday scalp either futures, some options, or mostly stock. And that's a challenge. If you can't hold positions, you can't sell premium, you can't hold positions, it's a tough business. We don't get a lot of really positive feedback from kind of retail prop firms. Tough business. I understand if you don't have enough capital to trade with, you might want to go that route, but be really careful. Read the fine print. Yeah, just be careful.
Be careful.
We have not had a lot of really good success stories, from prop firms.
Someone's asking, what are the good prop firms that you can think of?
There
Can
aren't
you
any.
mention them?
No. No,
Okay.
actually, since a couple of years ago, the SEC came down really hard on prop trading firms, so there's a lot more restrictions right now. So most of them, there's not that many around. There's a few that are regulated on the futures side, and there's a few that are regulated on the equity side, but there's not a lot of prop firms anymore. And I don't even know the names of any of them.
Okay, understood. So we're going to take some of the calls, but first I want to ask what you had for dinner last night, because it's a burning question. Because there was a Bears game, so we want to know.
Yeah, but here's the problem. I could start off already because you can see he's a little grumpy. So here's the issue with yesterday. He didn't go shopping before he left, so he was limited as to his choices, and he was very hangry. So I don't know, I'm just guessing. So therefore, he had to go deep into the freezer, 7-8-year-old scallop
boy.
something. Go ahead, what do you have?
No. So here's the deal.
Okay.
Don't listen to him.
Did you order in?
No.
Oh.
So here's the deal. I had a very bad, unhealthy eating weekend. I was in.
Whoa, when you say very bad, please tell me the food was good.
Food was amazing.
Okay. Did you have piss clams or what?
No. No, I didn't get fried clams because it's not really the season right now. But I was in Portland, Maine, and in Portland they have great restaurants. And I ended up at 2 amazing restaurants on Friday and Saturday night. And then I also did my, they have a famous diner there too for breakfast. So I did all.
I need to go to Portland for a variety of reasons. One, just to validate the restaurants.
Yeah, you have to go to validate the restaurants. It's a great food scene. And so I took one Portuguese dinner and one amazing, wood-fired place. It's been around forever. It's great. And then one crazy diner. And after that, I said I'm never eating again.
Is it a diner, breakfast, lunch, like a salt and pepper?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Opens at 5 in the morning.
Oh, nice.
Closes at 9
See, now that's a
at night.
diner. Opening at 5, that's a diner. The
That is
diners
a
that open
diner.
at 9,
Opens at 5 in the morning.
closes at 6 or 7.
Oh, closes later than that, like 10 o'clock at night.
Nice.
They start off with a breakfast menu, then they go to
And they work up to the bar crowd.
Yeah, they used to be for fishermen and stuff like that, but now it's become a little
Was
touristy.
Portland a fishing port?
Oh, sure.
Huh.
Sure. And
Never been.
I mean, it's right on the water, and so the ships come right. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's nice.
Anyway, so here's to answer your question.
Yeah.
I had this stupid good food over the weekend, and so I
Yeah.
decided I'm never eating again.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
okay.
Oh, that's why you're cranky. So you didn't have breakfast either?
No, he
I'm
had
not
sushi.
saying I didn't eat. I'm just saying.
10-day-old sushi.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God!
I didn't
Please
have
tell
to,
me that you didn't have leftover some ceviche or whatever from Costco from 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God! It's
All right.
312-448-7032.
All right, we have.
Oh, he remembered.
That was
Let's take a
good.
caller, by the way.
I can hear you.
Bloomberg.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Dylan.
This is,
Hey man, I can hear you.
my name is Dylan. Is this Tom?
You got Tom and Scott.
Is it Scott?
And Soul.
Yeah, you got the 3 of us, Dylan.
Remember
Sorry,
me?
buddy.
I mean, I
Remember
kind of
me?
remember you. I remember kind of what you look like
Can I
because you're
just make
like.
a couple? Because I've been listening.
I mean, you're a
My
social
name
media
is
butterfly
Dylan.
now.
Like I was at CNBC for a while, and anyway, now I've become an influencer, a European fashion influencer. Life happens over time. But anyway, I'm just looking for a man named Tom and a man named Scott. I don't know if I'm in the right place.
I really like Dylan, the fashion influencer.
I am struggling with that. Can I see a picture, please?
Oh no, he's a
Fashionista?
Challenge.
he's a big time fashionista now.
Oh, I need
Really?
to see that too.
Yeah.
Send him the Instagram. Send him the whole Instagram.
Oh, he's an Instagram. Dylan went from
Oh yeah,
being
big. So we're using those
Is he on
credentials.
Instagram?
He was
I'll
like,
look him up
he
right
was like-
now.
I think he was like the Gap. Like
Dylan.
What?
the
am I
khakis and a.
Oh, yeah?
Dylan went from being wanting to be
Dylan.
100% anonymous to protect him from getting shot by ex-girlfriends to now to now being Mr.
And
Instagram.
Todoroki.
and ex
It's only
and
been 5
people.
months. I might have to take a Christmas break.
Well, I
I
can't
might have to
find
take a
him.
Christmas break. I'm going to be
I
honest.
wonder what his...
It's been 5 months. It's been a lot.
But
Dylan,
Dylan,
promote
sure
your
how
Instagram.
much
What
more
is
I
it?
can
Yes,
do.
please.
Soul's looking it up. What's your Instagram? At Hot and Sexy.
Just my name,
You have to tell me because I
my
can't
first
hear
and
him.
last name with a dot. Dylan Ratigan.
Dylan Ratigan and then a dot
It's just
where?
Dylan dot Ratigan.
Dylan?
Dylan dot
And that's not my
Ratigan.
intention. It's not to.
hey Dylan.
Dylan dot Ratigan.
Dylan dot Ratigan. Yeah.
Let me tell you the reason Dylan's on here. Besides the fact we're friends,
So
besides
can
the
we
fact
cut to
we've
the
done.
chase? First of all, Musée d'Orsay. Okay, sorry. Okay. I'm with
Go
you
ahead,
on the
let's
loop,
cut to
though,
the
I
chase.
just wanna say. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to focus us.
Yeah, go ahead, Dylan. Cut to the chase.
No, I'm just saying. No, I did. The Louvre is not a good museum.
Oh, thank you.
Musée d'Orsay is much better.
I totally agree.
So I'm with Sosnoff on your Scott. So forget it. But the Euro
Right.
stuff.
You say Dorsey was great.
Okay, so let me tell you what's happening with Dylan. Dylan and I are going to, after 10 years of doing Truth or Skepticism together, we're going to pick up our podcast coming up in the
It's
new
been
year.
10 years.
Yeah, Dylan, it's been 10 years, right?
I think we lost him. He's out to lunch. He's doing a fashion
Yeah.
shit.
Anyway, it's been 10 years. I did a podcast with Dylan for 10 years, and we're going to pick it back up in 2026. And also, Dylan started a business, and so he's a fashion entrepreneur with Euphoria Sneakers. And
Oh, I found him.
there you go.
And O.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You go, Dylan.
you go, girl.
There you go. All right, we're gonna let Dylan go because we have a lousy connection. He's in Paris and it's not working. We'll try.
Bring me some jewels, Dylan.
We'll try for a different day.
So we have next up is Don in Palm Beach. Do we have a Don?
Hey Don, what's going on?
Hello?
Hi, Don.
It's your favorite president. How's everybody doing? How's
We're
everybody
excellent.
doing? Tom, how are you? Scott?
We're doing great, thank you.
I've heard a lot about your new show. I just wanted to come and congratulate you. I wanted to come congratulate you because, you know, you're two legends, and we can't forget about Saul over there. Hello.
It's a pretty. It sounds like it's a little uncomfortable for you to be congratulating us, huh? You sure it's okay?
Well, I think it's okay. I think I'll give you a little bit of credit, right?
All right, we'll
I
take
think
it.
I'll give you a little bit of credit, right?
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Well, let me just tell you, I think your whole thing here that you have going is just so good. It's so good. So I want to know from you, do you know my score? Do you know my score, possibly?
Yeah, it's not good. To be honest
You
with you,
think we
it's
could
not
pull
good.
that up?
We could pull it up when we put the software up in pretty
Is it
much
not
in
good?
short order. No, it's not good. It's not looking good for you.
Why not?
I don't know. We're just not that. It's a track
I
record
think
thing.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So the problem is bankruptcies hurt, and multiple bankruptcies hurt more. So
Yeah, it's the bankruptcy thing.
yeah.
Take the bankruptcy thing out of the equation.
I don't think so. I think out of the many businesses that I've owned, and they've done really well. They've been tremendously successful. The fact is, just a few of them were not so successful, but that's okay. But you're very successful. You've done a lot. You've really, you've done some very, very tremendous things over the past couple of decades, right? So I do give you lots of credit for that. You had the MSDNC guy, Dylan, on like a little while ago, right? And he was going into fashion. I hope that works out for him too.
All right, we're going to let you go now.
Works out for him.
Appreciate it, Don. Good luck.
We're going to let you go while things are going good.
All right,
All
go
right.
Take care.
Take care. All right, let's get back to Frank and Devin in D.C. Phone lines from D.C. are struggling.
Tom, Scott.
Oh, hey, Frank. How are you?
Sorry about that, Frank. We're having a few phone issues, but we're getting there.
Good.
What's going on, man?
No problem. Hey, so my son, who's his first year in college, majoring in biology,
Okay.
he wants to do some part-time, like driving for Instacart. And
Sure.
I say it's kind of a waste of time in building a resume. It's not really worth it. I'm trying to talk him out of it. Plus, it's my car. So what would be a better use of his time, and should we direct him a different way instead of driving for Instacart? Whoa.
I mean, I'm not so sure that.
He said that seems pretty biased. He's right here. He can hear you.
Oh.
We're on speaker.
Hey, Devin.
Hey, Devin.
I mean, I'm on Devin's side on this one.
You can say hi to him.
Hey, Devin. Hey, I'm on your side, man.
I am
Absolutely.
too. During COVID,
Yeah.
my son, he's a mechanical engineer. He took a year off because he felt he couldn't do it remotely, and he delivered for one of the services he had an electric bike. And it was a great learning experience for him. Get out there and do it. Yeah, I think it'll teach you a lot about just hustling and work. And you never know who you're going to meet. I'm not saying you're going to meet somebody that's going to change your life delivering, but I'm totally in favor unless there's a better option.
I kind of like the gig workers and gig economy. For me, I mean, yeah, of course, driving for Instagram is not something that's going to get you a job at Goldman Sachs. But what it is going to show people like me and like Scott and I is, hey, you know what? While you're going to school, you're working your ass off.
Yeah.
And to me,
You're hustling.
you're hustling. And I like that. We want hustlers. We want people that are out there hustling. I mean, sure, if you want to take another course or night course or do some other things, boot camp it, whatever, that wouldn't hurt you either. But we like hustlers.
And then it gives you the opportunity, obviously, to make some money, and then hopefully if you want to trade, you can start doing that. Gives you a lot of things you can do, some freedom and flexibility. So sorry, Frank, but we're totally supportive of Devin's interest.
Yeah, we're both supportive of that.
And having nothing to do with your car.
That's right. Understood. Maybe he should buy his own car.
Right. So, all right. Well, thank you for the call.
Thanks, man.
We are going
All right,
to...
well, I'll let my wife know. I'll let my wife know, so she'll know.
But don't tell her it came from us.
Yeah,
We don't
don't
want to
tell
get in
her.
trouble with the wife.
Yeah, I'm already in enough trouble with enough
thanks,
women.
All right, have a good day. All right, we're going to go to Arthur from Brooklyn. Arthur.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Arthur.
Really enjoying the show. This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is going to be a great format for us.
I was
We're
curious.
pretty excited about it.
Do you guys have any? I think it's cool. I'm also psyched that you switched back to the morning. At least for me, it's way easier. I unfortunately missed one of the evening ones. Just harder.
Yep.
But do you think that the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac IPOs happen this year? Do you guys follow that, or is that just outside of what you guys are thinking about with everything you're building right now?
No.
I am not following. Maybe Thomas.
It's a little bit outside the... we're following a bunch of IPOs, to be fair. Because, A, we have some investments in some stocks that are not public, and B, because I think it's just important to kind of follow, what's going on. I don't know if you'll see... when you say, I forgot what the betting markets are. I looked at the IPO markets on predicting when different IPOs were going to come, and I want to say they were like something like a 50-50 shot on both of those things.
You're saying in the next 12 months?
In the next 12 months, but I mean, why are you wanting to get long or something like that?
I think last I looked, I think it was
It was what?
Yeah, so, I mean, my following acumen and potential value on them, to me, it looks as if the old shares in most probable recap structures, I think it looks pretty good. I think kind of the big analysis Ackman did seems like you can kind of expect to get 2 to 3 times your money over the next year and a half if they work. Obviously, lots of risk because if they don't go anywhere, you still have this company that doesn't pay dividends. It's in receivership, but
Right.
It felt pretty good. Can't get leverage on it. Can't do options on it because of them being OTC, which is a little tough. But I was curious if you guys think about that. Is that a market you guys would play? Does the illiquidity make it comparative illiquidity of them being
no
OTC? Does that keep you out of it? How do you guys think about these?
The lack of liquidity scares the crap out of us in anything, and usually when we place some form of a debt instrument, we usually go into the bond market or the futures market, either 10 years, the 10 years or 30 year. Like my biggest bond position right now is in the 30 year, and when I think about those two IPOs, I think about kind of more of the debt market than I think about the OTC market or the liquidity thing. I just I'm not sure that's a great comparison, but okay. I think the illiquidity really scares us the most.
But if you're going to do it,
got it.
Obviously,
right.
Okay, I was going to say, if you're going to do it, just stay small. Whatever your position is, just stay small because, again, if it's illiquid and it's not working for you, you don't want to sit there and stress over the fact that you can't do anything with it.
Here's the thing about 2026. I think you're going to see a lot of volatility in 2026.
Yep.
I think the year of the era of the contracting volatility may be over for the short term. So I think it's going to be a pretty interesting year. If it gets cheap, you buy it. If it doesn't, you stay away. And that's all subjective.
That's helpful.
All right, Arthur, we're gonna let you go, but please
really
call
cool.
anytime you want. Okay, man.
Thanks, Arthur. All right, we're going to move on to Dylan.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Your pleasure. We're going to move on to Dylan in D.C. Dylan.
Hey, Dylan.
In D.C.
Or Paris, whatever.
Or Paris. It says D.C., but I'll
Can you
go
hear
with
me?
Paris.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Yeah.
Did you just go buy some new clothes?
I mean, it's only been 15 minutes. I mean, what do you think I got a teleporter? Anyway, we got cut off. Sorry, Tom.
I apologize. Yeah.
Why are we here?
It's a bad. We're working through the kinks and the glitches on our side. But so tell me, how is the new business? I'm interested in Dylan Ratigan,
Sounds like
the
it's working
entrepreneur.
great.
What? Dylan Ratigan,
Well,
entrepreneur.
I mean, it's a really. I think it's anything. Okay. I just think that anytime you have a resources to offer, whether it's media content like you're offering now, and one of the lessons I learned from both of you is you can really do anything you want as long as your ultimate intention is to actually do something that's useful and helpful to the customer. And I think whether that's a really comfortable, whether that's an object, that's a nice object or that somebody has, or whether that's a piece of content. I just think that driving energy that is truly in the interest of the end consumer is a unique selling proposition at this point in time, and it's in a small way right now. It's working with these little Italian objects in Europe, and I think really it comes down to finding people that can understand that value system more than anything, in terms of creating a culture with these little companies. At this point.
I'm sitting next to right now probably the biggest potential buyer customer you have in Scott.
It is true.
I mean, he's a shoe buyer extraordinaire.
So do you know, I gotta see your knowledge of sneakers. I'm sure you know Golden Goose, that's a given. But do you know the brand P448?
Passe.
Oof.
I do.
Okay. Is your product going to compete?
Maybe we'll have to design a Scott-based sneaker line.
I'm totally open to that.
You design a Scott-based sneaker line. He'll go out there and personally promote it all around the country.
Because we're naming each. We'll bring Scott to Venice. He likes the Eurostar. He likes a boat. He likes to get out.
Yeah.
And we'll make a sneaker with the Venetian.
I'll send you photos of my favorite P4 freight so you can see my silhouettes.
Go ahead. What were you saying, Dylan?
Please, we're doing it in New York right now. I had another friend of mine in New York take out his favorite shoe out of his closet, and I'm like, just send it to me.
There you go.
I mean,
All right, well, we're
the shoe
looking
that
forward.
people want is already there.
We're looking forward to when you get back to the U.S.
It's
We'll
all
have
in
a
the
better
communication,
connection.
and I think the intention. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go
Tonight.
because the connection's kind of crappy.
Tonight.
But when you get back in the U.S., we'll have you on. We'll have you in set, so it'll be fun. And I want to get back, get going on Truth or Skepticism.
All right,
again.
I'm around all the weeks in the U.S.
Okay,
Sounds good, Dylan.
Thanks.
Safe travels.
I'm back tomorrow for weeks, so I'll talk to you guys. All right, good luck.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to Dylan in San Francisco.
No, it's Daniel.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I apologize. Daniel in San Francisco.
And also, before you go, Daniel, real quick, markets have had a big turnaround this morning. S&Ps were up like
40.
30. Actually, at one point they were up 40.
They were 40.
But and they've sold off, and now they're down 15.
Yep.
And it's funny. This takes out the lows from last night, and the Nasdaq, which was also
They're not lower than they were on Friday, are they?
They are not lower than they were on Friday.
But wait a minute. Remember, we rolled.
No, I understand that.
So, but they got to be close. They were just down another 10, so that had to be close to where they were on Friday.
Yeah, it's about 10 more points after that. So about 20 points off our low from Friday.
Yeah.
And the Nasdaq got down to like 222, and
That's 25,222.
yeah. So the Nasdaq was a little bit lower. But here's the interesting thing, and yeah, if you haven't rolled, you need to roll. But nice big turnaround. There's sellers out there for the first time in a while.
For the first time. And the NASDAQ, we don't have obviously a full board in front of us, but we have some of the big stocks. They were all up early, obviously. The market broke.
Yeah.
There's been pressure. I mean, there was some ugliness in some of these NASDAQ stocks on Friday.
There's also some pressure in digital assets. Bitcoin's down 3,600. It was down big last night. It rallied back this morning, and now it's ugly again. There is going to be some pressure in these DATCOs. I was looking at some of them last night. Those are the digital asset transfer companies, and like MicroStrategies and other ones like that. We've been talking about it for a while. There's going to be a little pressure on these things as they go underwater. All right, we'll go to Daniel in San Francisco. Daniel, what's up, man? Thanks for calling in to Lossdog. Daniel in San Francisco.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, man. How are you?
Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks
Sure.
for calling.
Good. I had a question that's software related.
Okay, go ahead.
So, just to give a little bit of a story, like my background. In college, I was a kinesiology major. Usually, you're in kinesiology, you get into physical therapy.
That's more on my alley, not Tom's.
Become a trainer or like a
Yep.
PE teacher. I opted. I opted to get certified to start training as a personal trainer. So I ended up dropping out of school because it was one of those programs that was really impacted at the time. So I did that for a few years. I worked up my way from trainer to managing a team of trainers, and then becoming a general manager of a gym.
Okay.
And then I jumped from a big corporate gym company to a more boutique company that was kind of just local to San Francisco. And I worked my way up there, but one of the things I noticed at the time when I was thinking about pivoting out of the role I was in at the time was the positions that, like on my resume for a smaller company weren't as transferable as, let's say, if I were at a bigger company.
Yep.
And then also with the lack of the degree, would all that data inputted into Lossdog, would that be able to tell me, hey, this is what I have to do to catch up to where I want to be?
Exactly.
consider that smaller, if it's like a mom and pop company, title wise might be the same, like general manager here versus general manager there, holds less weight. I've since started my own business to pivot away instead of applying to other jobs. But, this software would have been great, a few years ago. So I was wondering to see, if, once
so
launched,
let's talk about
that capability.
Let's talk about it for a second, because what we did, this is one of the really cool things about the Lossdog software when it comes live, is that we weighted it, almost like beta weighting, but we weighted the software, and it's not necessarily something that there's a little bit of wiggle room in here, but we did weight the software exactly for the reasons that you just said, because if you work for some big company that people recognize, it will, in some cases, it carries more weight and it carries a higher kind of pay range. Now, that doesn't mean that working in a boutique firm or something like that isn't better, isn't a better quality of life, you don't learn more, all that kind of stuff. And you may be far more experienced and actually worth more than somebody else from a big corporation. But in order for us to weight things, yes, it would take into consideration your finishing your degree, and it depends on what school it is, and it will take into consideration the company where you worked. So it does have all that built into the numbers that we'll deliver, and that's the best we can do. Hopefully that made sense.
Got it. And you would the software then maybe give some options to try to raise that score, like.
Sure. Well, that's where
let's say if you were like an engineer with no degree.
Right. Well, that's where the AI part of the software comes into play, because that's essentially how we use all the machine learning that we built into Lossdog is with the suggestions. Like, it might be for a certain kind of certification, it might be for an advanced degree, it might be for a different degree, it could be for a lot of suggestions about using your skill set to get into another type of job where your skill set fits better for higher pay and that kind of thing. So all of that stuff is built into the technology.
Now, would that be different with age? Let's say. So let's say this all happened. I was in my 20s when this kind of went down. So I'm in my mid 30s now. So
that's fine.
Going back to college might not be the top of mind choice.
No.
So would like age kind of come into play as well?
It will, but mid 30s will give you the highest.
Okay.
So you're worth the most. Curious. Yeah, you're worth the most in your mid 30s because you have a certain level of experience. So you wouldn't go back to school, but your value in the mid 30s is higher than it is in your early 20s. So I think those two will offset. So I think it's gonna help you a lot. I think you're gonna love it. Hey, Devin, we're gonna jump on to the next call, Daniel. But thanks so much. And
okay,
please,
and then
go ahead. What else?
Oh, no, I had one final question, but if you don't have time, it's okay.
No, go ahead. Just do it quick.
Oh, okay. So, long story short, I ended up, running into the issues of trying to get another job. So I ended up opening my own business, opening my own gym. Thanks, actually, I went to your show, Midwoods, a few years ago. You were not in SF proper, but just outside SF. And,
sure.
It was kind of inspiring to kind of do it yourself, right? So I started my own business. How much weight would that carry? Is it worth anything where, let's say, someone starts their own business?
A lot.
Maybe it doesn't work out, and then they try to go back in the same field.
A lot.
Does that
it depends on who you're talking to, but to me, to Scott and myself, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because you took the shot.
Yeah.
So again, if you're going in, as Tom said, it depends on where you're going to look, where you're applying, and if it's a massive corporation, they might not care. But anybody that has an entrepreneurial bent will look favorably upon that.
Yeah, I would look very favorably about you starting your own business, taking that risk.
Yeah.
And all that you learned there from running your own business, it means a lot to me.
Yep. For sure. So thanks, Danielle.
Thanks.
We're gonna move on to Spencer from Cincinnati.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Yep. So Spencer from Cincinnati.
Hey, Tom and Scott, good morning.
Hey, Spencer.
This is awesome to be on the show.
Yeah, hey, nice to have you.
Just had a thought I wanted to share with the Lossdog community and with both of you this week, and I was actually listening back to Tony from Mexico, his Rising Star interview this past Saturday.
Sure.
And he said, Tony said in that interview, you and Bat were interviewing him, said, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put back, right, my 10 to 20% of my savings from my W-2 or my 1099, whatever it is, and then I'm trying to accelerate my investment rate of return.
Okay.
As I'm sort of trying to reach up to my prosperity. I kind of had a click moment for me because I haven't even opened up a safety bite-sized account because I'm just doing the 996 duo on the W-2 side, but I realize there's a completely other different gas pedal out there on the safety side, strategic, self-directed investing. But in any event, I realize that's kind of my relationship with the two brands is Lossdog on that sort of first category or first gas pedal and accelerating the savings rate. Should I make a vertical move or horizontal move? Should I get professional certification, so on and so forth. And then on the tasty, self-directed, strategic retail side. So in any event, that's just what I wanted to share, and that's really empowering for me because I can see now this is not hand-wavy. It's calculated, it's probabilistic, it's empowering, it's strategic.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
just really exciting from my side. I wanted to share that excitement about the brand. So.
Well, I'm really happy that you called in. And listen, if you're looking for a good role model, I mean, Scott and I will both say Tony from Mexico is probably our favorite person on earth. We've become very close friends over the last 25 years, and he is legitimately one of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've spent a lot of time together, and I've learned a lot about, he's been an entrepreneur his entire career. I mean, he's probably a lot older than you and closer to Scott and myself, but I've learned a lot from hanging around with him as an entrepreneur, and I think he's learned a lot from hanging around with us, and we've invested in companies together, and I think there's a few really special entrepreneurs in the world, and he happens to be one of them, so I would take his advice. And as far as you getting into the self-directed space, you have to get there, and it's going to open up so many other doors for you. It's just going to make you think differently. It's going to make you make quicker decisions. It's going to make you just think about things differently. So leave that door wide open, and you don't have to go there tomorrow or anything like that. But just as soon as you're ready, go through that door. In addition to all the stuff you're doing, and I believe that your own personal wealth creation it'll change dramatically. That's what we're trying to do here at Lossdog, is to basically give people we were always trying to engage people with trading. Now we're trying to kind of really expand on that and grab more people, just to introduce more people to this kind of whole space. And I think you're there, which is great.
So thank you for the call. We are going to move.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, of course. We're going to move across the state of Ohio from Cincinnati, going to Cleveland. Don in Cleveland. Let's not talk about the Bears. Okay, 1 second. Go Bears. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Hey, Don.
good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning. Hopefully you didn't have to watch the game yesterday.
Good morning.
Hopefully
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, thank you.
I watched the game. The game was absolutely terrible. It's typical Cleveland Browns. We call it the factory of sadness. Has been fired up again and is working full time. And our favorite phrase is wait till next year. So, I told my son, who was born and raised here in Cleveland, you should pick another team to root for because Cleveland is not going to win, not in my lifetime nor in his. So, go to Dallas or somewhere else, but. Don't choose the Browns, but
don't worry.
Glad for your Bears. Your Bears did good. So
we're long-suffering Cub fans too. So wait till next year has been a big part of our lives.
Usually by about the second week of April.
Yeah. But yesterday was a good one.
Well,
anyway,
the Cubs beat the Indians.
Oh yeah, that's true. This is a rough phone call
back
for you.
In, couple years
16.
ago. So yeah, we're I don't think anyone is more longer suffering than the Cleveland fans. So.
I mean, if you want to bring up my favorite sports moment of all time.
But anyway,
Don, if you want to bring up our favorite sports moment of all time, it's Michael making the shot over Craig Elo.
Yeah. Wow, you're really killing him.
And that's
Don,
like,
if you want to hang up, I get it.
That's the first time I got up and started screaming in my own living room as I jumped off the couch. I don't even remember what year that was, 1987 maybe? 1986, 87?
88,
I don't remember the exact year, but Michael making that shot over Craig Elo is forever ingrained in my head. It feels like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, how can we help?
It's ingrained in mine too. I think it was in '88 because I was newly married and watching that shot with we were watching the game. It was late. We were watching it in our bedroom with my wife. And we were not happy. We were not happy after that shot. But hey, a couple things, bud. We have the shot. We have the drive. I don't know if you remember the drive from when Denver.
Oh yeah, that was
we have our sports
Elway's
moments
finest moment
in Cleveland. Yeah, but we did have LeBron, so we had a bright spot there, and we got into the World Series with the Indians, lost to the Cubs, but we had a couple bright spots. But hey, reason I'm calling today is first of all, I just wanted to. I'm an old boomer, so I'm between Scott's age and Tom's age, from what I could figure from listening to you guys for a while.
Okay.
But I really wanted to sort of brag about my daughter, who just switched jobs, and anxious to. I'm really going to encourage her to take advantage of your software when it becomes available.
Thank you.
It's too late for me. I'm sort of coasting into retirement here, but she just changed jobs. So I want to brag a little bit about her. She picked a good field to get her degree in, which is health information management, and she was working for I don't know if you're familiar with the Epic. It's like a software that they
MyChart.
It powers like MyChart and things like that. But every hospital uses it. But she picked a good field that's going to be needed for a while. Kind of worried about AI, and she said, well, she'll probably be the ones implementing AI. But she just, got up and was able to change jobs and increase her salary by like 30%. So we're like really happy for her.
Yeah.
So it is possible. I think it's a great to encourage people to look around. But hey, the other question I had for you is, so my daughter's a saver, very frugal. She drove her grandmother's car for 7 years, no car payments, and then she waited for her other grandmother to give up driving, and now she's driving her other grandmother's car.
Sounds smart.
She shops at home. We go to Costco, and then she shops at home, and she stocks up on paper towel and toilet paper whenever she comes home. But she's a saver, and I guess she's very methodical and disciplined. So I think she's going to do great long term. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on what she, what a 28-year-old making a good income. How should she look at investing over her the next 30 years? I tried to get her going in options, but it was kind of like the blind leading the blind. I was before Tasty Trade. I was introduced to options about a year before I got into Tasty Trade. I've been following you guys for 2 years. Actually, the first time I listened to your show, you guys were talking about, just over 2 years ago, spatchcock turkeys. What the hell is a spatchcock turkey? So it's amazing what you guys were able to teach me. But you also taught me Tasty Trade mechanics.
Good.
But I got her going with, again, before Tasty, got her going selling weekly 20 Delta puts in Microsoft. I figured, let's do a company that she knows.
Okay.
It's got to be, Microsoft is probably safe. It was in the 300s at that time, a couple of years ago. And we did that for a while, but then she kind of lost interest, and because I think one of the weeks was coming up on earnings week, and I said, well, let's skip that week, and then we kind of forgot about it after that. So, but then she's
listen, you're pointing,
what I told her to do again.
You've got her going in a good direction. I mean, just have her make some small investments, spread around a little bit of her money, spread around the wealth. She's just got to learn how to invest. And it sounds to me like she's got to learn how to take a little bit of risk. But other than that, you've done a good job.
Yeah, engagement, and the problem, exactly to your point, if you focus on something like Microsoft, I'm not picking on Microsoft, but on just ABC stock, whatever it is, and then you don't do it for a week, and then you don't go back, you're not in the game anymore. That's why I think it's important to have a variety of different positions on, because then you always got something, you got something going on that you need to focus on.
Yeah. Hey, Don, we're going to be wrapping up here, so we're going to let you go.
You always come back to it. Well, I
but you can call anytime you want. We got like a 2-second delay.
Yeah, it's a delay. We got a slight delay. Okay.
Yeah.
Don, anyway, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, sorry about that. We have a slight delay.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll call in again, and we'll continue the conversation. Your daughter will be trading or investing a little bit more. So we're going to jump to markets now, and as Tom said just a few minutes ago, they're whippy right now. So S&Ps are up 40. They were down 20-something. Now they're down 7. NASDAQ's down. I think NASDAQ was up 150, 175. And it's down.
Not that much, but it was up.
130.
Yeah.
It's down 80. Gold is up 27. It's up a little more. Silver's up $1.90.
Gold, when I woke up this morning, gold was up $55.
Yeah.
And silver was up $1.50. Now silver's up $1.90. Gold's sold off half its move.
I this morning, all I didn't do that much. I got a little short on ES. I sold a couple of ES, and I sold a little bit of Micron. Micron is all over the place. They do have earnings. I don't know. I think it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday or Thursday this week. So I'm not doing anything big in there. I'm just waiting to see what the earnings are.
Yeah, I have no Micron position on right now, but I definitely am short silver, which is my worst position
ever.
Scott took me down in silver. I didn't cover. It was down at one point on Friday. It was down $3.50.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm not going to cover because why can't this thing be down $10?
Correct. And then we find out why it can't be down $10 because it's up.
That's right.
It's up $2.
I will say that I mentioned it earlier, but some of the digital assets are getting kind of whacked today. Bitcoin under 87,000, and also you just mentioned bonds.
Yeah.
I've been buying bonds that entire when they got under 115. They're 115.06 right
buying
now.
Buying outright or selling the puts?
I'm just trading puts mostly.
Selling the puts.
The 114s. Yeah, I've been trading them back and forth. I traded them last night. I traded them this morning again. As far as different, here's my big issue this week. It's just that it's triple witching, and this tends to be December triple witching tends to be pretty bullish. I'm short across the board, so I'm not like my book is I'm completely short. I'm long bonds and short stocks and short silver. So far it's been okay, but I don't know. I don't have like a really strong individual stock position here.
I don't either. But what's interesting is we've had at least it's felt like the last month has just been this slow, just everything is just up, and every time there's a sell-off, we just rally. And the last couple of days, there's some red. I mean,
the mag, your fangs or your mag 7 or mag A10, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They've gotten pretty well crushed.
It's funny to say crushed.
Yeah,
they're still.
I should say crushed.
I got it. There's been a little bit of a pullback where we just haven't seen a pullback.
Yeah, I mean,
it feels like they've been crushed.
I mean, the S&Ps right here are less than 1% away from all-time highs. I mean, they're
close, right there.
68, 80, and all-time highs are whatever, less than 1%. And when you start to think about some of these stocks, I mean, I say crushed, Apple's down, whatever, $10, it's off its highs.
Correct.
Microsoft's down $25. So Amazon's down a little tiny bit. I mean, it's definitely not. Crush is
not a crash.
It's not a crash.
But it is the first. It seems like we're seeing a little bit of potential weakness, which hopefully is going to create, to your point,
it seems like more of a sector rotation to me right now. And I don't know if it's across the board weakness because the S&Ps, like I said, they're within 1% of all-time highs.
And I can't see VIX right now, but it was up this morning and was SPOO's up. I can't see where it is right now, but I'm guessing that it still is up. So we'll see. I could say, obviously we know for sure higher volatility is better for trading. So hope you're right for next year.
There's been a sector rotation in the last week out of these high-flying tech stocks, just a tiny little bit into some of banking stocks. The Russell's been super strong relative to everything else. So there's been a flow into more like hedge-like stocks and kind of old school financial stocks, things like that. And whenever you see that, that's a time when you shouldn't say, oh man, they're just rotating. It's a time when that's the first step before anybody sells. Like the first thing before you sell is you go into stocks that you think have less risk. I'm going to get out of NVIDIA and I'm going to go into, JP Morgan. Well, that's not exactly the right play. I mean, but anyway, that said, I think we're in that little rotation, and the key for me will be, what does this market do after triple witching this Friday? Because up until this Friday, I think you're going to see a lot of tug of war, like you saw today. Up early, when they're up early, they're going to sell off. When they're down early, they're probably going to rally. And then after Friday,
all bets are off.
All bets are off. I think after Friday and into January, the biggest risk this market has is from December expiration till the end of January. So from this coming Friday until the end of January, I think that's the biggest market risk. I think it stays whippy all week this week, and then you have about a 5 or 6 week period where I think the market has kind of the biggest risk you're going to see. Now, we barely, other than April of this year, we didn't even have a sell-off. So I think
sell-off has been removed from the vocabulary.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
The thing again, for the sell-offs that we know, up moves take days to weeks to months to years, and down moves can happen in minutes to weeks, to days to weeks.
I think you've got a very interesting period coming up where if some of these high-flying assets roll over, like for example, Bitcoin and ETH and all these tech stocks finally roll over.
Where do you think you trade them more than I do? I watch them all the time, but I don't trade them all the time. At what level? So right now you got Bitcoin, call it 87,000, right there, 87,000. At what point do you think there starts to be a little bit of panic where Ethereum is 3,000?
Under 80.
Under 80?
And under 2,700 or 2,800.
And if Bitcoin happens to get under 75, do you think real pressure?
I think there's real pressure on the DATCOs, and I think there'll be some people that are long Bitcoin from like the 40s and 50s that won't want to lock in some money. And there'll also be a lot of talk of, it's over, the fat ladies singing. But I'm a buyer of Bitcoin. If it gets into the 70s and 60s and 50s, I'll buy it all the way down, just for the hell of it.
When do you stop? 20s?
I don't have enough of it right now that it's going to change my life. But I'm a buyer.
Okay.
If it gets in the 20s, we have a much bigger issue.
I'm not saying it's going to the 20s. I'm not.
It would not surprise me. By the way, I'll tell you one thing that would not surprise me. First of all, don't ever leave a stop order in Bitcoin or ETH. Don't ever put a stop order in below the market, because one day there's not going to be a lot of liquidity, and
you could get filled 20,000 points more.
$20,000 lower, yeah, easy. There's going to be
there's going to be a vacuum.
A Saturday night, a Friday night, something's going to happen somewhere in the world. A Sunday night, and they're going to drop this thing $20,000. Now, if you have bids in below, I'm fine with that. But they're going to have a $20,000 or $30,000 drop one night.
And then we need the cancel of close feature.
A cancel of close feature.
Cancel of close. Yeah. I'm 50,000 bid, but cancel if it gets close.
That's right.
So anyway, all right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much.
But don't forget, we're going to replay the show tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then tomorrow, we'll clean up some of the tech issues we had this morning on the phones. But tomorrow we go right back, same exact format. We want to do this every day because this is a format we want you to be able to reach out to us on any topic. On if you want to talk about markets, if you want to talk about your job, if you want to talk about entrepreneurship. I mean, we want to be really the largest call-in show in the world for business. It's a little bit different for your own business, self-directed, about you.
So thank you to everybody that called in today. Really appreciate it. Again, sorry for some of the issues. We will get that cleaned up, as Tom said. Please get your questions ready.
312-448-7032.
Yep, 312-448-7032.
Pretty good, huh?
What? That's pretty good. You got that. That is pretty good. I was like, I thought it was going to take you another year or two. And then one lucky dog at lossdog.com if you would like to send an email. So other than that, have a great rest of your Monday, and we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time. Thank you. Signing off.